DeepMind has just open-sourced AlphaFold 3, marking a significant milestone for open-source scientific advancement. But for Bittensor, this is old news. Subnet 25 has been making impressive strides in protein folding, entirely decentralized and community-driven, for months. In the past 30 days alone, Subnet 25 has folded 20,248 proteins. Just today, 788 proteins have been folded. Unlike centralized systems, Subnet 25's achievements are open, transparent, and accessible to anyone. Recent proteins folded include 1TRQ, a deep dive into the structural effects of specific protein mutations, 2 DN5-AIDS research on transcription mechanisms in human cDNA. 3WOJ is foundational in molecular biology. Each of these proteins represents meaningful contributions to scientific knowledge, achieved by community-powered, decentralized computation. Performance metrics, including incentives and trust scores, encourage continuous quality improvements. Let's break down the science behind Subnet 25 in a way that anyone can grasp. Subnet 25 focuses on protein folding, a process that's like figuring out the 3D puzzle of how proteins take shape. Proteins are essential to all life, acting like little machines within our cells, carrying out vital tasks. How they fold or take shape is super important because even a tiny change in their structure can lead to diseases or impact how our bodies function. Here are the main highlights. 1. X-ray crystallographic studies. Imagine taking a super detailed 3D X-ray of a protein. This technique helps researchers look at proteins down to the atomic level, like seeing each little cog in a machine. By understanding exactly how proteins look, scientists can see how changes like mutations might impact their function. For example, Subnet 25 recently studied a specific mutation that could impact how a protein works, the type of info that's valuable in drug development. 2. Human domain cDNA solutions. Here, cDNA relates to how genetic instructions are read and used by cells to make proteins. By studying specific parts of human DNA in this way, scientists on Subnet 25 can better understand how certain genes work, how they're expressed, and how they contribute to our overall health. It's like getting a closer look at the instruction manual for building proteins in our cells. 3. Crystal structure analysis. This is a method of studying how proteins interact with each other and other molecules. It's like watching how different pieces fit together in a complex jigsaw puzzle. By seeing how proteins interact, scientists can predict how they behave in different environments, which is huge for understanding everything from cell functions to disease mechanisms. In simple terms, Subnet 25's work is like giving scientists a high-powered microscope and toolkit to analyze how proteins are built, how they work, and how they might malfunction. This is critical for advancing medicine and biology, especially in developing treatments for diseases caused by protein misfolding or genetic mutations. And the coolest part? All of this is done on a decentralized, community-powered network, meaning anyone can contribute, not just big labs with huge budgets. Subnet 25 is paving the way for open science, where discoveries are shared and advanced by a global community. Subnet 25 isn't just decentralized for the sake of it. It's better because of it. Miners compete to provide the best possible output, driving down costs and pushing the limits of scientific computation. DeepMind's AlphaFold 3 was only open-sourced after 6 months of exclusivity. Bittensor's Subnet 25 was open, transparent, and community-owned from day one. The release of AlphaFold 3's code is great news for open science, but Bittensor is showing where the future is truly headed. From closed systems to open collaboration, from centralized power to distributed networks, from corporations to communities. With 64 specialized subnets, hundreds of thousands of GPUs globally, and a pure meritocratic setup, Bittensor is laying the groundwork for the next generation of scientific discovery. Subnet 25 is just one example of what a decentralized network can achieve. Community-driven networks are the future of impactful scientific research, and Bittensor with TAO is at the forefront, capturing value from all these advancements.